So if you've been on any social media for the past few weeks, you've definitely seen these adverts.
Gentlemen, you know the game?
The new Grand Tour game.
Or this one. I can't escape these adverts. I don't know if Google are watching me. I don't know if it's Facebook that are watching. It doesn't really matter. Either way, they're all watching us because for some reason this advert,
in which you get to play actual scenes from the show,
just doesn't get out of my recommended or my sponsor. It just doesn't leave it. This probably raises the question to you guys: what on earth is this Grand Tour game which is announcing? Who is it even made by? What the f is going on with the Grand Tour, the game? Well, luckily for you, I'm going to save you all the Googling and I'm going to tell you in this video. And basically, we're just going to talk about, is it worth it? Who's making it? What is this about? My impressions of everything we've seen so far, because it does look really, really interesting. I don't think it's going to be a game for the long term, so to say, but I do think the concept is something interesting and something which, you know, I think a lot of people generally will be quite interested in. Not to mention, one of the ex-Criterion developers, Greg Sullivan, is actually working on this, which makes things a lot more interesting. I know his name carries a bit of a stigma behind it because of what he did, well, what he helped do with Need for Speed. I'm not going to blame it all on him, but he's he was part of, one of the most crucial racing developers of all time, Criterion, who made some of the best racing games of all time, including Burnout Paradise, including some of my favourite Need for Speed games like Hop Shoot 2010. So I think this definitely deserves your attention, and I think, going forward, this is something which I'm definitely going to be covering, even if it doesn't look like a full £60 AAA game. But we're going to talk about what it actually is in this video. So retailing for £12 both on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, the Grand Tour, the game, basically allows you to play the actual show but in video game form up to season 3. So you get season 1, season 2, so everything they did in season 1, season 2 you can actually redo in this game, as well as I think the upcoming season, which is season 3. So as each episode comes out, you'll be able to play those episodes, as you're going along, which is a really cool idea. It kind of reminds me like Netflix but for video games. So you can't just binge play it all, you've got to wait as you're going along. I kind of like that idea. It's not an expensive game either. £12 is not expensive at all. I can't think of the last game which only released for that much. So with that being said, it gets a bit interesting from here. This game isn't meant to be a game which you're going to be playing for, years on end. I can't see them, really going much further than this, other than maybe adding the other seasons as part of expansion passes. But the most important thing about this, and I think this is the kind of target it's kind of trying to hit really, it's trying to hit the local couch multiplayer market. There's split screen multiplayer. I don't know, I actually can't remember the last time a video game did that, 4-player split screen. That's a lot of effort. I feel like what this game is trying to do is target the casuals properly, not whatever Need for Speed's doing, because that isn't what I mean. This is an arcade racer in its fullest. So it's trying to, obviously get the casuals in, but at the same time, make it really accessible. Make it a game that a family can play around the couch. Make it a game which, is easy to play, and that's really it. So like I said, you're going to be experiencing what there is to do in the show. Now, if we go onto their Amazon listing, we can see here, we see 918, we see Rimax when Hammond almost died. Bunch of things that we can see here, but as the show progresses, obviously we're going to get more and more, experiences unlocked. We have no clue what season 3 entails, but you can assume it's going to entail, featuring some new cars. It's going to, entail some, actual circuit track. I'm not going to sit here and say you're going to get Forza amount of tracks with this, because that's not going to be the case. If there is a track battle in the next season of Grand Tour, it's going to appear in this game. But the point is, with how wide and how broad the Grand Tour is as a show, that only applies to the game world as well. This can really go anywhere. Am I going to be picking this up? Yeah, I think so. I can't really go wrong with £11 really, and it'll be cool for me, I think, on the channel, as weeks go on, to play the show, but then also kind of talk about the show as I'm playing it. I think that'd be a really cool idea. I've watched every single episode of the Grand Tour ever since it came out on the week it came out. I'm a really big fan of the Grand Tour itself. I know a lot of people kind of dropped off after they changed from Top Gear to the Grand Tour, but I still watch both shows, and I think this is something which is a really, really cool concept, nothing I've ever seen before. And like I said, with people like Craig Sullivan, Amazon Games are the people who are making this, by the way, really have gone to no end to make sure that this has the best people behind it. I think very, very highly of the people that they've, you know, hired for this project, because, you know, they're very experienced developers who know what they're doing. Am I expecting this to be a game like Forza or The Crew 2, or less so The Crew 2, and The Need for Speed actually for that matter, but we don't need to talk about that. Am I expecting this to be my next Forza Horizon 4? No, not really. But that's not what I'm paying £10 for. Horizon was a £100 game which I paid for, and I'm still getting money out of it. If this only lasts me an hour, I've paid £10. But to be quite frank, I don't think it will. In fact, I think it's going to last me a fair bit longer than £10 really has any right to be. And that's my opinion on what I think of Grand Tour the game. On Xbox One, on PS4, £11, Amazon, that's where it's at. You can buy it on store, I'm pretty sure. That's really it. That's what I just really talk about. I'm really excited to playing this game and seeing what it's actually like. Again, I'm not expecting something extremely technical. I'm not expecting something which is going to, you know, change how racing games work. Or maybe it will, because the way it's being delivered is something which I haven't seen before. Really, really interesting, and something which I'm definitely looking forward to trying out. I believe it comes out 15th of January, so that is 3 days it comes out. I'm genuinely looking for Tuesday. It comes out Tuesday. I'm looking really forward to this. Really, really, really forward to this. I can't wait. It also seems like there's no physical copies. It's only digital. I've only just seen that on the Amazon listing. But regardless, I'm really excited to try this on Tuesday. This is something which I'm definitely going to try on Tuesday. Yeah, it's exciting. It's weird to have another racing game to play so early on in the year. It's January, you know. We kind of anticipate Need for Speed obviously later on in the year. Forza's getting its Series 5 update very, very soon. I believe on the same day, actually. There's a lot of things to play as a racing game right now. I'm really excited for this. And it just looks like a very, very interesting concept. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like, subscribe for more Grand Tour stuffs and Forza stuffs and everything. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.